You know that feeling when you look at someone's highlight reel online. They're on a private jet, petting a tiger, while simultaneously accepting a Nobel Prize and a Grammy in the same afternoon. And you're just you. Sitting there, maybe in your sweatpants, wondering if you should have that second bowl of cereal for dinner. Yeah, hi, I'm that guy. I'm the sweatpants and cereal guy. I'm nobody. And I'm here to tell you that being a nobody, right here in the crumbs of your mediocre life, is the single greatest advantage you will ever have. Seriously. Stop comparing your behind the scenes to their directed, edited, and filtered blockbuster. Your blank canvas is way more fun to paint on. I remember when I decided I was going to become a somebody. Capital S. It was a Tuesday. I just watched a documentary about some 22-year-old tech genius who sold his app for $1 billion and retired to a private island to, I don't know, breed exotic butterflies or something. And I thought, that's it. I'm building an app. My genius idea. An app that tells you if your milk is spoiled by using your phone's microphone. You just hold it near the carton and it listens for the soreness. I don't know. The science was fuzzy. But the passion was there! I spent 3 whole days. I downloaded coding software, bought a ridiculously expensive online course called Code Like a Zen Billionaire. And then I immediately got stuck on the installation process. The tutorial was moving at light speed, talking about algorithms and APIs like they were old friends, and I was still trying to figure out why my keyboard had a key that just said FN. What does it even do? Is it for fun? Because it was not living up to its name. I gave up on the app by Thursday. My big debut into the tech world was shorter than the lifespan of the actual milk in my fridge. And I felt like such a failure. A nobody. I moped around my apartment, ate a sad sandwich, and scrolled through social media where everyone else was apparently launching their own tech empires and breeding butterflies. It felt like everyone had a map to the treasure. And I was the guy who couldn't even find the X because I'd accidentally drawn it on the map with invisible ink. But here's the funny thing. That failure, that glorious, milk-sniffing app failure, it was freedom. Because when you're a nobody, you get to fail in private. There's no audience, no investors watching, no pressure. It's just you, your weird ideas, and a whole lot of room to figure out what doesn't work. That nobody status is like a superhero's invisibility cloak. You can try stuff, mess up spectacularly, learn from it, and nobody's there to post the embarrassing video with a cringe soundtrack. Your journey isn't a public spectacle. It's your own secret, messy, beautiful experiment. And that's a gift most somebodies would kill to have back. See, that's the secret they don't put in the motivational posters. The best lessons aren't found on the summit. They're found in the mud at the bottom of the mountain. When you're a nobody, you're in the mud. And yeah, it's messy and it smells a little weird, but boy, do you learn about traction. You learn what actually sticks. When you have no reputation to uphold, no brand to protect, you have this insane freedom to just try. That app idea was ridiculous, but it taught me that I'm not a coder. And that's a huge thing to learn. I saved myself years of misery in a wrong career because I tried it in my nobody lab. Think about it. The somebody up on the stage, the one who seems to have it all figured out. They built that on a foundation of 1,000 failures we never saw. Their first painting probably looked like a waffle that got into a fight with an ink blot. Their first business proposal was likely written on a napkin and asked for a loan of, like, maybe $350. We see the polished final product, the masterpiece. We never see the trash can full of crumpled, up first drafts. Being a nobody means You get to fill your trash can in peace. There's no shame in it. That's not a trash can. It's your portfolio of experience. Every single crumpled ball of paper is a lesson learned, a path that didn't work, a skill that you now have that you didn't have before. You're not starting from zero, you're starting from lesson one. And lesson one is the most important one because it makes all the other lessons possible. And that invisibility cloak I mentioned. It's your superpower. Right now, while nobody's watching, you can be curious. You can ask the stupid questions. You can be the beginner. You can change your mind tomorrow. Somebody can't do that. They're trapped by their own success. They have to keep painting in the same style, singing the same songs, making the same kind of movies, because that's what their audience expects. But you can wake up tomorrow and decide you want to learn how to make pottery, or speak Italian, or juggle flaming torches. And if you're terrible at it, who cares? You're a nobody! It's expected! The only expectation on you is the one you put on yourself. The pressure is off. The playfulness can begin. The moment you embrace being a nobody, you fire the harsh critic in your head and hire a curious intern instead. And curious interns are the ones who eventually take over the company. So you're not behind. You're not late. You're not lost. You're in the workshop. You're gathering your tools. You're making a glorious mess. And that mess is the raw material for everything that comes next. Your blank canvas isn't empty, it's full of potential. Every single somebody you admire started as a nobody who refused to quit painting, even when their first few canvases looked like a toddler's art project. The difference between a masterpiece and a mess isn't talent. It's just thousands of hours of being comfortable with making a mess first.